We are Witches Who Podcast.
Hey, Dee.
Hey, Shelby.
Got a weird story for me?
I kind of do.
Perfect.
I'm still kind of baffled about it. I was like, what was that? So the other night, our cat is in our bed, our famous Ramses, and my bed is like against the wall, right? And like my husband, I'm sorry, not the bed. My side of the bed is like against the wall. There's like a bookshelf, there's a light, and I have a little trinkets on top of this bookshelf. So the cat is like facing the bookshelf, and he's just like purring and being cool. And suddenly his eyes just go wide, and he's like staring at something like towards the ceiling. And I'm looking, and this is, what do you want, like 8:30, 9 p.m.
Okay.
And I was like, what are you looking at? And he's just like, like staring, and his little hairs are like extra poked out. I'm like, what is there, kitty? Is there something bad? Let's tell it to get the heck out of here. And I have this angel that I've had for a long, long time. And it's actually a music, like it's a music, not a music box because it doesn't open, but it's like you twist it on the bottom and music begins to play. I'm like, is he looking at the angel? I also have, I think, a little Shiva and just like spiritual things and crystals and things like that. And I have no clue. And then he kind of like turned around, and then again, he like turned to see like if something's there. I was like, is there a spider that's very common? Is there a spider? I couldn't see anything. I had no idea, but I didn't get the creeps. It looks like he did, but I have no clue what that could have been. But always pay attention to your pets and what they are. Yeah, what they are. Kind of doing. And
well, there was something there.
There was yeah. And do you know what was the oddest thing? I was like, I went to bed. I was like, doing my little prayers. Cleaning all the things. I'm like, I was too lazy to go sage because I was like, I probably should sage, but I was like, man, I'll just do like a protection, just kind of clear the space with sound and just kind of guide it out the door and seal it. Because I was worried that I would have like a really tough night, and then I would have to do that in the middle at night. I slept great.
Well, maybe it was a good thing, a good spirit or something, and it was just catching him off guard or something.
I know. One of my theories is like, what if it was death coming for him? And he's so scared. He's like, not yet.
Yeah. He goes, nope.
Yeah.
I'm still young.
I know. No.
Haven't been attacked by any gophers lately, so it should be fine.
It should be fine. No, I was just kind of like, doing all these theories. Could have been this, could have been that. Yeah. But I had no idea,
Or maybe like that angel has just like an aura or something, and it like, or like something.
It could be, okay, funny story behind the angel. Well, maybe not funny, but my ex-mother-in-law gave it to me, oh my gosh, like over 23 years ago. Yeah. Because I always have loved angels since I was a kid, and people will give me angels all the time.
Oh, funny.
And I have that one, and then I have another one that is outside because it's very naturey. But I never got rid of them. I was like, they were given with love. It's not like we're on bad terms now at all. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know.
Funny.
I know. So and it's interesting because that angel kind of like in one of the moves broke, but just separated like from the music box. So it's not even glued together. I just like set them as heavy enough where you just set it on top and pray that it doesn't fall and break.
How old is your ex-mother-in-law?
Oh man,
I wonder if she's okay.
I don't know. I haven't talked to her in years. Oh my gosh, hopefully she's okay. Maybe that's what he was trying to say. Haven't heard from my ex-husband.
Well, good.
Yeah. I'm sure because we're also in, kind of like good terms. Yeah. He probably would be like, hey, my mom passed. Just would he? Yeah. I think so because he told me when his grandpa passed. Okay. But then again, who knows? Maybe not.
Yeah.
So. So love you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder. Now watch, you're going to get a call later. It's going to be like, or it's like an email of just like, my mom's not doing well. I just thought you should know.
It's like, oh, my cat knew.
Like, I already know. You're like, I know.
Okay. I hope you're okay. I hope everything's fine.
Yeah, exactly. We're not putting that out in the world.
Yeah.
Well, weird. Ramsey's predicting things over here.
I know.
Well, it's a mystery, just like what we're going to talk about today.
I know.
But before that, I'm
Yeah.
Shelby.
Hi, I'm Dee.
We are Witches Who Podcast. All right, what are we talking about today?
Why do you do that to me? I can't pronounce it.
That's why I did it.
I know. Okay, I'm gonna butcher it, but this is the only time I'm gonna say it. We're talking about a very creepy.
I mean,
story.
I think you could pronounce it lots of different ways. I've heard like so many different like people say different things. So
Dyatlov.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Dyatlov. Okay.
Dyatlov. I don't know.
Dyatlov.
We're talking about the Dyatlov Pass. That's how I'm gonna say it. I decided. So
I'm excited and creeped out about this.
it is just so fascinating to me.
It is.
And my favorite thing about this is it did happen. Like there's no speculation that this was a supernatural. I mean, there's a lot of speculation around. You'll see why. If you haven't heard this story already. I mean, there's been countless documentaries about it and podcasts and everything else. And we're not the first ones to talk about it or cover it. But I like to wildly speculate and share the mysteries of the world because this is the kind of stuff that fascinates me so much.
What frustrates me is that I don't have the answers.
Yes, and we won't.
I know.
Like that's the most annoying part about this is we will never have an answer.
Sometimes I think, what if I go there just to see
Yeah.
it, but then you die?
Right? Yeah, exactly.
And I can't bring it back.
Yeah. And maybe we could remote view
Curiosity
there
means.
and like see what happens.
Okay.
Okay, so the Dyatlov Pass incident. So we're gonna jump right into. I'm gonna share the story, and then we'll get into like a little background about stuff. The geography of the area, just a lot of things. But before any of that, and then Dee's gonna take over on like all the wildly speculated theories and things like that. So the Dyatlov Pass is an incident that happened in 1959. It was February of 1959 in the heart of the Ural Mountains. So this was in Russia, where 9 experienced hikers, and that is extremely important. They were very experienced hikers. This was not their first rodeo. They have been training for this like their whole lives. And they were all like college age. So they were all like from the same university. And they set off into the snowy wilderness. They were going on a cross-country hiking trip. And they didn't know it at the time, but none of them would return. How horrible is that? I know. So what rescuers found weeks later would become one of the greatest mysteries of the 20th century. A frozen campsite, ripped tents, and bodies scattered across the mountainside. Some were bearing injuries so severe they defied explanation. And this is the story of the Dyatlov Pass incident, a tale of adventure, terror, and a mystery that still haunts the snow-covered slopes. And this is where I'm going to butcher the name of Koholat. Bear with me. Koholat Sayakal. I don't know.
Is that the mountain?
Well, it's the Ural Mountain. I think
Ural
that's
mountain.
like,
Okay.
yeah, there's summits that they were on at the time. So again, these are super experienced hikers and a group of 9 of them.
And there were 2 women, I believe, right?
Yeah, there were
was
2
like
women, like
7 men.
17 Yuris. Like,
Oh, yeah, all the Uris.
there's
Yeah.
so many.
Yeah,
I'm
there
going to
were-
list all their names and
Yeah.
you're going to make fun of me right now, but it's fine. So here's a little bit of background about the expedition. So like before the expedition begins, and it's a group of the 9 hikers, like I was saying, they're students and graduates of the Uri Polytechnic Institute. Ural, sorry. So it's the university that's close by that mountain range. Okay, so they had a leader named Igor Dyatlov. That's why it's called the Dyatlov Pass. And the group included Zenaida
That's a girl.
Kolmogorova, Ludmila, Dubinina. Those were the 2 women. And then Alexander Kolevatov, Rustam Slobodin, Yuri K, because that's, I'll try. Okay. Krivonishenko. Okay. Nikolai Thibault Brignol, Semyon Zolotaryov, and then the second Yuri Doroshenko. They added another member, Yuri Yudin, later, but he turned back. They stopped at like a Mansi village or whatever, and he turned back during that time.
Oh, because he wasn't feeling good,
Yeah,
right?
he wasn't feeling good, and and ultimately that saved his life. So I think he he's still alive, I believe. Or he may have like recently passed away. No, I think he passed
man.
away. But yeah, he didn't continue on up the summit.
I wonder if there's
actually,
interviews on him. I'm pretty sure
there are.
might. Okay.
There's a ton because there's also a museum from that kid that like witnessed the funeral.
Wait, like
and
a
was
12-year-old.
He was like 12
Okay.
years old, witnessed the funeral, and like the memorial, they brought some of the bodies back that they found and buried them, and he was like obsessed, like just could not let it go, and he just gathered memorabilia and everything he possibly could, and he has interviews and like the diary where a lot of this stuff came from. Like they found one of the girls kept a pretty like detailed diary of everything that happened, and then there was one person that had a camera, like a film camera, and took like a bunch of 33 frames. But I actually have a quote from Yuri, and he said, "I parted with them at the station. We hugged, joked. I never thought I'd be the only one to come back." And that was Yuri Yudin. And that's what he said, after he found out about everybody. Yeah. All right. So the objective of this entire expedition was supposed to be a 16-day ski trek to Mount Otorten. It's Otorten. So Otorten or something. There we go. That sounds better. In the northern Urals, rated a category 3 hike, the most difficult there is. And again, very experienced hikers. Like they don't make mistakes. Like they've done this before. They knew what they were going into.
Yeah. They're prepared.
Yeah, this isn't even their first category 3 hike, they've all done this before.
Do we know why they decided to go do that? Like, just like they
It was supposed to be like a celebration for graduating college and
it's like, hey, let's all go on this amazing hike.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So the timeline. So the group left Vizhai is the last inhabited settlement on January 27th, and I believe that's where Yuri was like, I'm not gonna go. I'm not feeling it, kind of thing. Which good for you, Yuri. Intuition.
Yeah.
And then on February 1st, so that was January 27th, is when they left the settlement to start the ascent up. On February 1st, they pitched their first tent on the slope of Kholat Syakhl, which is the mountain of the dead. So that's what we were talking about earlier. So it's Kholat Syakhl, mountain of the dead, in the Mansi language. And the Mansi were the indigenous people that still live up in the Ural Mountains. And I have a little background about them that I'll share a little bit later. Okay. Now it gets a little interesting. Not that it's already not been interesting. Okay, so when they didn't return, so the hikers were due back on February 12th, and nobody had heard any words, but they weren't super concerned because it wasn't like a hard date, like we will be back on this date if you don't find us, like, and you gotta think,
that area.
Yeah, like, maybe they decided they wanted to stay, like, again, experienced hikers.
Awesome. Yeah. They wanted to stay a little longer. We took an extra day on this camp or something.
Or they walked slower or hiked slower than they thought they would or whatever. And that was on February 12th. Then nobody heard from them, and they're like, oh, like whatever. It's probably what we were just talking about. And so they didn't deploy search teams until February 20th. So it's a good
over a week, 8 days.
Like past when they should have been back. And that's like a pretty long grace period, And so on February 26th, they found the tent. So 6 days after, they'd been searching for 6 days. And on that February 26th, the tent was found. And they found it cut open from the inside of the tent.
That creeps me out.
And I was like, okay, how did they know that it was cut from the inside? And I guess like upon like really looking at it, the projection of the fibers, the only way that you could have cut this, the way it was cut open or whatever, it was from the inside. And they tested it and everything with the same material, and
also wondering if they would have cut it from the outside in with something trying to get in, or who would have cut it from
so it's like they were trying to get out. And then one of the searchers, here's a quote from one of the searchers too, Mikhail Sharavin. The tent was half torn down and covered with snow. It was empty, and all the group's belongings and shoes had been left inside. So they literally tried to get out
Like in that moment.
in
Like
that
they
moment.
did not care.
They didn't have clothes because when you
And it was like, it's no, this is
oh,
freezing. It's like below
negative,
30,
like,
right?
yes, like it's very cold.
Yeah.
And when you get
just
into
trying to
those
escape.
like sleeping situations or whatever, I'm pretty sure you strip down to like your underwear.
Yeah.
Because you're looking for body heat, right? So they didn't have any of their clothes on, they didn't have any of their shoes on, nothing. And so obviously we know all 9 of them are dead. So the first sorry. The first 5 of them were found, first 5 bodies were found on February 27th, between February 27th and March 5th. And then 4 more were discovered in May when the snow melted. Oh. So they didn't even find them for a couple months later.
Wow.
Till a couple months later.
Well, I know. I know that I think it was 2 Uris that were together that found by the tree, like away from the camp.
Yeah.
And they look like their fingers were like bloody because they looked like there was flesh on the what is that, on the trunk.
Yeah,
like
they're
if they were
trying
trying to climb
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
And they ultimately died by hypothermia, I believe. But,
I think that's what they said. Yeah.
But what can you be so desperate to escape from that you're like, I don't care if I'm ripping my fingers apart. I need to get away from this thing.
Yeah. And it wasn't that far away from the tent either. So they ran like straight to the tree line. So they set their tent up in like a more of an open area. And then, and that's what it was, like the first tree line that they found, like the 2 Uris, with the bloody fingers and like a fire. Like they had tried to
So
like
who
remnants
knows?
of a fire.
They may have
How
some
long
time
were they there?
to do that.
So crazy. And then they also found like a bunch of like tracks, like foot tracks, like barefoot or socked-footed hikers running towards that forest. And then the 2 bodies under the tree with the remnants of the fire, bloody hands. They found 3 more bodies between that tree and the tent, as if they were trying to like go back and return, like go back to the tent. It's almost like, I mean, just wildly speculating here, but like you ran out of your tent so fast, you cut it open from the inside trying to escape without any shoes, without any clothes. You had time like to hide, build this fire or whatever. Like how cold, I mean, they were probably freezing, like literally like, okay, like we are either going to die of hypothermia or we risk our lives and try to get back to the tent and grab our clothes and warmth.
And the thing is, this is what, okay, so they cut from the inside out. They were already in like stripped down. So it wasn't like whatever was in there that they're trying to escape. Like it was not like I went into my tent and there was something in and I have to run out.
No.
They were like getting comfortable, ready to like
Sleep,
crash. And then something came from the inside. Oh, that just
or no, like maybe
what's already inside. I'm thinking,
Yeah,
if
I
they're
don't
trying to
know.
get out of the
I don't
tent,
know.
or is
Or-
it something outside that suddenly they're already sleeping and something is
That's
outside
a-
and it starts
I
to
never even
hit
thought
him
about
from
that.
outside or trying to attack them, and they're like, I can't get the thing, and just ripping it off and running away.
That's I didn't even think about that. In my head, I was just assuming that they were like, it was on one side and they just cut their way out of the other side. But like, why wouldn't they just leave through the door flap? Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm thinking something, either they're like getting comfy and something was already inside and they're like, oh my God, trying to battle it. And it's like, okay, here's a knife. Let me.
What could it
grasp
possibly
me.
be?
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
something was outside and started to like, try and attack them from
Get in
outside. And they're trying to figure out, can't get the flap and cutting it open to run out. Both ones give me the chills.
Yeah. So weird to think
Okay,
about
sorry,
that.
I'm always theorizing over here.
I know. Well, I mean, we still have no freaking idea what happened. So between the two, they tried to go back to the tent, and that was 3 of them. And then the final 4 were found in a ravine under 13 feet of snow with traumatic injuries. So this is the weird part. And these were the ones I think that were found in May because they had to wait for everything to defrost. Yeah. And this freaks me out. Like, this is where I'm like, okay.
Wait,
Like,
a question. Going back to the 3, do we know how we found those 3? I can't remember.
they were just dead.
Yeah.
They had no
Like, they were
scratches.
just nothing.
They had nothing.
Yeah.
They were just dead.
Okay.
They didn't even
It was
have
hypothermia.
I think they
they
had like frostbite. That was like
Okay.
the only things they found. And then internal injuries
Yeah.
that they can't explain.
Did they have the radiation too, or no? Because I know there was like
I think that was only
the other ones.
on only their that was also the super weird part. That was on I think it was on the Uris
Oh.
that were under the tree had radiation on the clothes,
Yeah.
which makes no sense.
Yeah.
But it wasn't on anybody else, and it wasn't on them physically, and they didn't test like they test like on the autopsies. It wasn't in their bodies, it was just on the clothing.
I wonder if that's why they had clothes and they started to feel something and they stripped from the clothes because the clothes maybe burning or something.
Or like I don't know, high levels of radiation can that make you go like nuts?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. All right. So
So
now we're in the 4 others, which
final
is
4 that they found later.
craziest. Ugh.
Yeah. So the final 4 were found in the ravine under 30 feet of snow with traumatic injuries. So Ludmilla was one of them, and she was missing her tongue and her eyes. And it wasn't like an animal. And remember, they were frozen underneath water and snow. Like animals couldn't have gotten to them, first of all. And it was like surgically cut out. Like it wasn't like a bloody disaster of a mess. It was literally as if somebody just like popped their eyes out, cut them out, like same with their tongue. And I think she was also missing like part of her like jaw. So it was like her tongue and like the bottom part of like her and chin.
I think it was her that it said that it was done while she was still alive.
Yes. Yeah. And I don't know how they know that. Like I think it was like some kind of hormone or whatever that was released that they found in her system.
Like release.
Yeah. But yeah, that was done while she was still alive. Her eyes and her tongue literally cut out of her body.
Oh my gosh. So
And with like no other damage on it. That was it. No other damage.
Wow. You're never going to speak about this or see
Yeah.
anything. Wow.
Like how if this was an animal attack or whatever, that wouldn't happen. Or like, okay, yeah, they were there just till May. Well, the birds probably came and pecked it out. It would be a mess. Like it wouldn't be surgically. Yeah. Oh gosh. So weird. And then, the other one was Thibault, had major skull damage.
Oh yeah.
But it was like.
And he didn't die from this skull
No,
damage.
he died from internal injuries that they don't even like, internal bleeding and stuff like that. But it was like this major skull damage is like an understatement. Like it was literally like equivalent to getting in like a very severe car accident. Like it would have had to be like a hard impact.
Oh my god.
That he endured. And these were all found together. Like it wasn't like if they all of them have different injuries and they were all found in the same spot. So it's interesting. I mean, I guess it was a ravine, so maybe they could have washed together or whatever. But it's like they had such different injuries. If this was like a natural occurrence, wouldn't they have similar injuries, Yeah. But yeah, it was like, it literally said like it would have had to be like a pretty severe car crash to explain like the amount of damage to this guy's skull. And then there was Zolotaryov, we'll just call him Zolo. He had broken ribs and his eyes were missing too.
Oh.
Yeah. So he had that internal, and the weird part about his broken ribs is he didn't have any external wounds. So on none of them did. None of them had any scratches or bloody anything. There were no bruises. The guy with the crushed skull, no bruises, it was just a crushed skull in his like there was no broken skin. Same with Zolo, whatever. He had broken ribs, but there was no external, nothing. There was no bruising, no scratches, no piercing of the skin, nothing. What? How?
I'm just thinking it's like the force, like in.
That's really funny, actually.
Just like.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that because there's a quote that I found. Dr. Boris Vozo, I can't say that last name. Dr. Boris. He's a forensic pathologist, and he said the force required to cause such damage would be comparable to a car crash, a severe car crash.
Wow.
for all of them, like the ribs
Yeah.
and the
So
skull.
all
Everything.
internal injuries.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
No, that's.
pretty
And there was it radiation on them as well? Do you know?
Yeah. So high levels of radiation on just some of their clothing. They had orange tinted skin and some of them had gray hair. Yeah.
Like
which
if they
is,
aged?
yeah, as if they aged rapidly. Yeah.
Interesting.
And then there were like reports, and this was by local, like nearby hikers. So they weren't on the same path. It was, I think they said it was something like 15 miles away, but they reported seeing bright orange spheres in the sky, which was consistent with one of the girls' like journal entries, where she
Oh.
said like they saw, like they kept seeing, like for a few days they would see these orange spheres in the sky.
Oh.
And then that's like the famous frame 33, where they actually found their camera.
Yeah.
And that's also another weird one too, is the camera was like propped up in a tree when they found it. Like they were trying to capture something. Yeah. So they had it like propped up like a tripod in a tree, like facing out from the tree line into like where the tent was and everything else. And then the last frame was frame 33, which I don't remember when that was taken. But and it shows like just bright, it's all black and white film, but it's just like these bright flashes of light, whereas every other photo on this reel was pretty like you know, well exposed. And this one is blurry and it has like just these big flashes of light. It's really strange looking. Like
That is insane.
yeah, so that's what happened. And just to like give a little bit of like just a little like background about some of the stuff, like the geography of the area. And then I want to get into like the theories for sure.
And do we know, has there been other like things happen to other people on that mountain? Has anybody ever said something other than the lights? I know that some hikers have seen orange like orbs.
Yeah, I
and
guess
lights.
that's pretty common. But I guess there's also like military like missile base or something out there where they do military testing on stuff. So like they just kind of writing it off as like it could be just like them testing whatever.
Yeah.
And then there's like like the legends of the Mansi people.
Oh yeah.
You know,
They're
because it's
peaceful
literally
people.
called like what did it say, like
The Mountain of Death.
Yeah. And it's probably because it's extremely dangerous, you know, the
Yeah.
level 3 hike or whatever. And I'm sure a lot of people that go out there are probably not totally, you know, up for the challenge.
Yeah.
You know.
No, absolutely.
But to talk a little bit about the Mansi people, because this is one of the theories that you'll talk about too, is the Mansi are ancient Ob Udric people from the northern Ural region. They now number around 12,000 in this area. And they're traditionally hunters, fishers, reindeer herders. They also practice shamanism and revered natural landscapes, including a bear cult and ritual ceremonies. Something interesting about the Mansi people, have you ever heard that theory about like the Amanita muscaria, the red and white mushroom,
Oh yeah.
and Christmas?
Yeah.
Have you heard that
yes,
theory?
Yes.
So that came from the
From the
Mansi
Mansi.
people. So they would eat
Interesting.
the mushroom.
Yeah.
So no, they would not. The reindeers would eat the mushroom and they would drink the reindeer urine.
Yeah, that's true. They drink.
Yeah, because the reindeer would
It will-
filter out
yeah,
all the poison or the whatever
And they will
was
get
bad.
high with the urine.
Yeah, and they would get.
They will have visions.
They would have
and
like
yeah.
visions and yeah.
That is true.
And it was said that like, the reindeer would fly or whatever, and because they were high on mushrooms or
There's
whatever.
Rudolph.
And that's exactly how Santa got
Yeah.
around. That's kind of like where the legend of the flying reindeer came from.
That is
but
true.
Super interesting. But so in 1959, so this was the same year that the hikers set out, a nearby Mansi tribe was briefly suspected in these hikers' deaths. So some were forcibly questioned in sub-zero conditions, but investigators soon dismissed foul play, no theft of values, no sign of violence. especially because like when you look at all the injuries of the people, like how on earth would other people like that they couldn't have inflicted that much without
Then to not leave a mark.
So yeah, exactly. But and the Mansi even joined the search for the hikers. Like they were helping look for them. And then historical accounts affirm that they were well disposed towards Russians, and the region held no known sacred prohibitions that the hikers violated. So like it was just a totally peaceful people. Like, you know, they're left alone to do what they want to do. And like what would be there? There's been several hikers coming in and out. They literally support them in their little village before they go off. Like you know. And just the geography and the terrain, it's a treacherous place. That the group made their camp on the Kolatov Saikal, so the Death Mountain. That was where their camp, where they set up their tent.
Okay.
At roughly 1,100 meters elevation. The northern Urals are rugged, negative 25 degrees Celsius. So what is that in Fahrenheit? Like really freaking cold.
Yeah.
Like negative 70 Fahrenheit.
Something super ridiculous.
That's insane. Deep snow, sudden catabactic wind blasts.
I don't know how I can do that for a celebration, I guess.
How is this
Let's
fun?
go. Yeah.
You know?
Well, apparently for some people.
Yeah. It's a very remote area. It's literally just trees. Birch and fir forest is what it says. Steep slopes stretching to a shallow shoulder where the tent was set. Local maps label it height 1079. But modern readings show it's at 1096.7 meters. Nearby lies Mount Odorin. Orderton. And that Orderton means don't go there in Nancy. And so that kind of like, you know, like Death Mountain, don't go there. Like they're warning you, don't go there. And I guess later they asked like some of the Mansi, like, why are these called that? And they told them that, you know, it's anytime when people go that way, they disappear or they die, or they're found later dead or whatever. And there's just like lots of like, you know, natural, I mean, there are avalanches, there are crazy things that happen in the middle of the freaking forest and stuff like that. But that's the story. That's what happened. It's this so crazy, creepy, remote place that, and I can't get over just like, we don't know what happened.
I know. There's always like, oh man, I wish I knew. But you know what? I'm okay without knowing exactly because it's quite creepy and I don't want to lose my tongue or my eyes.
Yeah, I like to wildly speculate. It's kind of fun, you know? One of the annoying things, I know you're going to talk about some more of the theories, but they reopened the case, like reinvestigated it in 2013.
Oh yeah.
And they didn't close it until 2020. So that was only like, 5 years ago?
Yeah.
And in 2020, the Russian authorities ruled it was likely an avalanche. They just said it was an avalanche. Let's stop worrying about it.
Dang, it's not an avalanche, people.
And I guess like a lot of people, like the public was just super unsatisfied and just like, don't close this case. Like that is the dumbest answer we've heard. Like how on earth, like there's no evidence of an avalanche happening. Like, and again, like these were experienced hikers, right? Yeah. Like why would they put their tent?
Yep. Yeah.
Like just so weird. There's a book called Mountain of the Dead, and it's written by Keith McCloskey, all about what happened and stuff like that, like with eyewitness accounts, like from the Mansi people and like diary clippings and everything else. Like he did a really good job. But one of the quotes that stuck out was, "The mystery endures not because of one anomaly, but because of dozens." Yeah. Like that's totally true.
Wow.
Yeah, the Dyatlov Pass incident is more than just a tragedy. It's a reflection of how fragile our grasp on truth becomes when nature, fear, and the unknown collide. For decades, the past has remained a place of secrets, and maybe that's exactly what it was meant to be.
Oh, but I want to know.
Exactly, but it's like, but. So let's wildly speculate.
Let's see. Yeah. So okay. The one is the theory of the avalanche.
Yeah,
right?
that's like the most common one.
It's the most like officially accepted.
Yeah.
So the hikers, this is just a theory, right? The hikers trigger a slab avalanche that forced them to flee their tents in a panic, resulting in fatal injuries and exposure. So what's the evidence? Like snow slab theory matches injuries. Tent was cut from inside. Footprints suggested escape without shoes. Like, you hear it coming. You're like, okay, I get it.
I could see that. Okay, they start to hear the rumble or whatever. And they're like, oh crap, we got to get out of here fast or we're going to be covered in snow. But in that sense, like, again, these are super experienced hikers.
Yeah.
Why would they put their tent at the bottom of a freaking mountain like that?
Yeah.
Like, and then also to like cut out of the tent and have to get out that quickly. Like, the avalanche, realistically, like, you can't run.
You cannot outrun an avalanche.
You cannot outrun an avalanche.
Like, so, like, the evidence against it. So the evidence for and then against it is like no obvious signs of major avalanche.
That too.
The injuries were odd, like, from avalanche victims.
Wouldn't you be crushed?
It says like crushed skulls and chests, but little external trauma. Like, those are
that's not gonna happen.
And then the theory was supported by the 2021 Russian investigation. Like, it's like, that's why it was supported.
So annoying.
I know. I was avalanche. I don't think so. Like your eyes out and all that. Like cut tongue. An avalanche doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah.
Then we have the katabatic wind. So it's a gravity wind.
So interesting.
So the theory is rare, powerful, fast-moving wind currents rush down the slope, causing panic and structural collapse of the tent. The evidence for it is that it can explain why the hikers fled in an orderly yet frantic manner. The evidence against it doesn't explain the severe internal injuries of some hikers. And I think that's what is going to come kind of right across the board is like, how did they get this injuries?
Yeah, because if it was like the weird wind, which is like anti-gravity wind, right? Where like it's like kind of pulls them up, they would, then they got smashed on the ground or they got smashed into a tree. Like,
there would be some physical injuries of some sort. They would have slammed into something.
There would have been broken arms and broken legs and that doesn't make any. I mean, how scary to first of all just to experience that kind of wind. Too, like, could you imagine?
Like suddenly you're floating.
Yeah, I mean that actually sounds like a dream, but only if I'm ready for it. Like, have you ever been in one of those wind tunnels? Like the indoor skydiving things. Those are so fun.
Yeah, I've actually, me personally, I haven't been in one of those, but I know what you're talking about. So it's like, I'm like, oh.
It's like that's anti-gravity wind. That's katabatic winds or whatever. Crazy.
And then the infrasound. So
that one's really interesting.
The wind of madness is what they call it. So the theory is that specific wind conditions cause infrasound, low frequency sound waves that trigger panic, confusion, and hallucinations. The evidence for it is that it could explain the irrational behavior, such as fleeing the tent without proper gear. But the evidence against this is no way to prove infrasound was actually present, and not all hikers may have reacted the same.
Exactly. That is exactly what my brain just went to. Like, and you think about those low frequencies, and you get anxious. Like, I've felt that before, where you feel like your heart beats a little quicker, and you're like, oh, this doesn't feel good. This is not a good whatever, because you're not vibing. But everybody's on it, like essentially on a different frequency. I mean, right? Like, there's 432, whatever. We're all at.
Each person responds to that frequency differently, so
right?
All of them at the same time. It's not like all hypnotized.
But I could see it as like one of them or a few of them kind of going into like psychosis because of that and like murdering others. I could get on board with that theory.
Oh, well, you know what? That's interesting. Yeah, I
can
see that.
Like, and it being,
but also body injuries.
Yeah,
probably.
That's the thing, like,
if somebody's trying to attack me, I'm going to defend myself.
Yeah.
So there'll be some sort of scratching.
How would they have? Yeah, exactly. How did you murder these people without leaving any external bruising or scratches or stabbing or
thinking the force is
like,
the only thing.
Did they get poisoned? But they didn't find any poison in their systems, right? Like the radiation on the clothes, like that one is strange.
It's super strange.
I don't know. So, infrasound is so fascinating. Have you ever heard of what is it? Havana syndrome or Havana?
No.
Havana? It's like this crazy conspiracy theory that we should do part 3 of conspiracy theories, and I'll go heavy into it because it's super interesting. Where they think it's like they're using like these low frequency sounds to basically, like, do you hear that?
Yeah, it's in the.
I feel like it's like only in my headphones. I don't know. It's really
I feel like
yeah, I don't know.
It's
like, oh God, no, what's happening?
What's happening? The sound is getting us.
No, but they think it's like targeted sound as like a weapon. Like they're
Ooh, okay.
using like different specific sound wave, they as in like the government or whoever, and targeting specific people and using sound as weapons, which they can do. Like you can't, that
I can see
has
that.
like they have that technology and they have that, but this is like very targeted, like makes you kind of like this where like there's no external, but it makes your like insides like bleed,
Oh shoot.
crazy stuff, and
Yeah.
like gives you gnarly psychosis, and
Oh.
you can't prove any of it. It's all, you know, sound. You can't, there's no trace.
Dang.
But there's like some really interesting stories about like there's this family that was like followed for, I'll go,
Oh,
I'll
okay.
go
We're gonna
into
have to
it.
do another episode on conspiracy theories.
Yeah,
Yes.
Conspiracy Theories Part 3 for sure, because it's really
Oh
interesting.
my gosh. Okay. Now, Soviet military cover-up weapons testing. So the theory says the hikers accidentally wander into a military test zone for weapons like parachute mines or radiological experiments. So the evidence for it is somebody's had high levels of radiation, strange burns, orange skin, missing tongue and eyes, secretly in the original investigation. So the evidence of incident says no conclusive military records confirm tests at that time radiation levels could come from hiker gear.
Oh, but this was the freaking 50s. Like,
I know.
what gear?
I don't know.
Like, they had film cameras in the middle of winter. Like, first of all, how do their film make it in that cold weather? That's
I'm thinking
interesting.
hikers
But-
gear is just like your backpack.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
what gear is creating radiation? And yeah, their skin was orange, their hair was gray. Like, this.
Yeah, the
what?
gray hair. That's really interesting.
Yeah, like I could see
Loose pigmentation.
I mean, I could see that happening from radiation for sure, but like that high level of radiation, wouldn't that have affected everyone?
Yeah.
It's almost
Not
like
just them.
those two people got abducted.
I know. Well, there is an alien encounter
Okay, cool.
theory.
I like this
Okay,
one.
so
I'm going to be on board with that for sure.
the Mansi people attacked. So
Yeah, I'll
theory
believe that for a
that
second.
local indigenous Mansi people attacked the hikers for trespassing on sacred lands. The evidence for it is some suggest signs of blunt force trauma. Theory mirrors colonial tropes, but against it, no evidence of other footprints or conflict. Mansi were cooperative in the search and had no history of violence. So, and you
Yeah.
already had to talk about that. So.
Yeah, that's interesting too. I didn't realize, like, yeah, obviously footprints.
Yeah.
How would they cover up their footprints like that and nobody else's? Like, no.
I know. No, I don't know. So, UFO alien encounter. The theory is the hikers were victims of a close encounter with extraterrestrials. The evidence for it reports of glowing orange orbs in the sky around the time of the incident. Against it, no hard evidence of aliens, highly speculative and fueled by Cold War paranoia.
Which, okay, yeah, they're trying to turn aliens bad.
I know.
You know, but I could get on board with the radiation there too, though.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, if they were abducted, there's been several other cases like of people reporting like radiation on their clothing and stuff like that after swearing they were abducted by aliens or something like that. Yeah. Which again could just be, who knows what that, you know, could be military on all counts, but who knows.
Another one is the animal attack, like a bear or wolverine. You know, that a wild,
Right? There wouldn't be
any prints.
Yeah.
Wild animal attacked the group, prompting them to flee. So evidence for it could explain the 10 damage at flight, which makes sense. But against it, no animal tracks or bites marks, injuries too extreme and precise for most animal attacks. I don't think you can really outrun the bear, you know, half naked in the middle of the night, or you know how early in the morning that was. Like, I just don't think that. So we have paradoxical undressing. So that hypothermia madness that happens sometimes. So extreme hypothermia led to irrational behavior, including removing clothing and self-injury.
Yeah, because you get so cold that you actually think you're hot.
Yeah.
Like it confuses your brain.
Evidence for it is that consist with some of the body states and known hypothermia effects, but against it doesn't explain the massive internal injuries. And paradoxical undressing usually happens after wandering, not as a group response. And they all responded at the same time.
Yeah, and also like, hello, her tongue was cut out.
I know.
There was two bodies with no eyes. Like,
Yeah, so that's more than that. So supernatural Yeti cryptid theories. Hikers were attacked by a mysterious creature or force, a Yeti, forest spirit, or interdimensional entity for it. a satirical newspaper, satirical newspaper, the group joked about the abominable snowman before they died. Against it, no credible evidence. Most myth and horror
I
inspired.
thought there was like, I thought like, I don't know, I watched a documentary, or maybe this was like some like TV series about mysteries.
On the Yeti?
No, about the pass. Like that they showed, like one of the pictures showed like a mysterious creature in it. I want to see if I can find it.
So you did show me a picture, but that picture does look very Yeti-ish. It doesn't look like like it resembles a person, but it's really strange.
It is super weird.
Yeah.
And I swear that there was like, I don't know. I'm gonna search it real quick. Let's see. Oh, it said that was frame 33, which is not.
Okay. In the meantime, you're searching. So the number 10 theory is internal conflict or mental breakdown. So a fight broke out within the group due to psychological stress, possibly worsened by substance or fear. But the evidence for it is that human conflict can lead to strange and violent behavior. However, against it, autopsies did not suggest fighting or self-defense wound, and group was closely bonded.
Yeah, I don't believe that psychosis part at all. Like,
yeah, so actually no single theory explains all this strange aspects, like the crushed bones, missing eyes and tongue, cut up tents, partially nudity, lack of struggle signs, and radiation. Most researchers led towards a natural disaster or weather phenomenon, possibly worsened by military activity or infrasound-induced panic, but the haunting details still leave the door open for the weird and the wild.
So fascinating. So what do you think happened?
I'm thinking something did get them, like from outside or inside, that they, like, it was survival. It was like, I don't care. I just need to get out of here. And I don't know. I'm thinking something that had enough force. So I don't know.
I think it's like got to be a combination of a few things. You know what I mean?
Because I'm like, okay, it can be military. Yes. Also, it can be military. What if they were working with like some really nefarious stuff and
exactly,
maybe even, I don't know, lizard people extra,
like
and
testing
using,
some shit.
testing like some creatures out there that were like man manipulated or trained.
I could see them using all of these things, like using the infrasound to create panic or whatever, see how they would respond, and then whatever these lights are. So I think what I was talking about with that was frame 33. So it says it was frame 33 was the final photo taken before tragedy struck, and it captures a burst of light, a strange orb or shape in the night sky, which has fueled speculations ranging from UFOs to Yetis. Analyses by photography experts revealed that it's an artifact caused by the collapsing Industar 22 lens diaphragm, producing geometric flares, so completely explainable by optics rather than paranormal phenomenon, which whatever. No trees or figures do appear, just bright unintended flares of photographic film. So could have been a lens flare. But also, like, in order to get that, there had to be light. There had to be bright lights to get lens flares. And it was the middle of the freaking night.
That is crazy. And then that other picture, I think, is 15 or something, with that guy that looks like a Yeti, but it also looks human.
Yeah, frame 15, like they said it was a snapshot from January 28th, showing part of the group mid-trek. So it was just this one guy, but it's like a weird, like, blurry photo.
Let me see. Yeah, it does.
See, guys?
Look like a... Yeah.
I mean, he just looks, I mean, you can kind of see it, not really, but here, I'll show you frame 33 too. He kind of like it could be a person, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
And then this is frame 33. It's
and you
really,
can see the light.
let me see if my brightness is all the way up. It's not, but sorry. We can probably post these so you can see them better, but like, how is that a lens flare? There's two separate light anomalies. Like, who knows?
Well, they're just trying, they... At the end, what? They said it was an avalanche.
Yeah, they just declared an avalanche. That's what happened.
They're
Cool.
like, get away from it. Just don't worry about it anymore.
Yeah. So now
Case
avalanches rip people's tongues out and not rip, surgically remove tongues and eyes. Like,
Surgically removed.
it cause radiation and internal damage with no bruising or scarring or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that just, it doesn't make any sense.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No. This is a creepy mystery episode.
Yeah. Because there's
Just
no
give me-
conclusion.
I know. I
You
don't
know?
like that.
I know. It's so
wanna know.
unsatisfying. It's like
It is.
so frustrating. It's like, just explain it to me.
Tell me.
Tell me what happened.
Yes. Man, well, I guess we'll never know unless you take a hike.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
now
take
we
a
have
hike
better
to Death
technology. I take a hike to Death Mountain and please just
Oh my
like
gosh.
my gosh, yeah, no, I don't even know. Even what if you're there like now with all this technology? I wonder if there's people out there who are like ready to go figure out what happened and they're going like super prepared.
Totally. And I'm curious too, like we have drones now.
Yeah.
Like why couldn't we just go fly some drones around there? But if there's military around, they
Yeah.
probably don't let you or
Yeah.
like how has this just not been, and they closed it in 2020. Like that wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, it's only 5 years
It's like they
ago.
don't want you to look into
Yeah.
it. Like,
Because probably they did it.
yeah.
And
Yeah. There's
maybe they're
definitely some
torturing
funny
people and
business.
they're torturing creatures
Yeah,
or
maybe.
beings. And they're like, no, don't look over here.
Yeah. Because what better place to do it than in the rural parts of Russia? Nobody, first of all, who wants to go to Russia? Two, like
Yeah.
it's like freezing
Yeah.
isn't even like the right word.
Below 70. That's like
That's
crazy.
insane. Like nobody in their right mind would go out there.
Yeah.
Like you'd have to be like super experienced, like these people.
Experienced hiker. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That was fascinating and terrifying at the same time.
Yeah. So I want to hear from you guys.
yeah.
Let's hear your theories on what happened.
Let us know.
If you know more things about this or resources, let's hear it.
We would love to know.
Yeah. Anything weird like this happened to you?
1950. Oh gosh. Oh, please tell us.
Yeah.
How did it
please tell us.
conclude?
We'll read it on our next listener story episode. Which reminds me, please send us your stories.
Oh, yes.
We want to hear from you all of the things, ghost stories, creepy stories, weird stories, cool stories, exciting, anything. We want to hear it.
Yes.
Send us an email, which is whopodcast@gmail.com, and we'll probably read it.
Absolutely. Ah, man. Well, yeah, I think on that note, that was a really good episode.
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
I can't wait to, dive into maybe some more mysteries.
Oh,
of
yeah,
things of
for
like,
sure. There's
I
so
wish
many
that
more.
happened. But yeah, listen to our conspiracy theories. More than likely, we're going to do episode like part 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, we'll keep going with
17.
conspiracy theories. They're just too good.
Yeah, and there's so many.
Yeah.
So I love
Till the
it.
Men in Black come and take us away, we're gonna keep doing it.
I
So
know. Don't take me away. But yeah, I know. So if you listen to our last, was it the last?
I think it was part 2.
Yeah, part 2
Yeah.
already. You'll know what we're talking about. Jesus, crazy, creepy. All right. Well, okay. Send us your creepy stories, your weird stories, your
And,
terrifying
Come
stories.
see us on Patreon.
Yeah, see us on Patreon. We have so much going on Patreon now. We have the little energy corner. We have spells. We have movement. They're everything that you will need for for not an average witch, for an above average witch. Wonderful. Well, have a beautiful rest of your day, or whatever you're doing, whatever time zone you may be in. And until next time, besitos. Bye.
Peace.
Thanks for listening, and don't forget to follow us on social media at Witches Who Podcast.